want to do a short session about coding. I'll explain in a second what it's about, or maybe I explain right away. So I will not play chess, at least not now. So what's going to be about is I do CrossFit, and at the box where I'm at, do have an ongoing challenge. And for that challenge, I made a little web application. I really can show it to you very quickly, which is basically, just a sec, this application. The goal is to track, or like to earn points by doing some daily goals. For example, not drinking alcohol for the day, drinking more than 3 liters of waters, and so on. So there are like a couple of goals you can accomplish, and then you can just mark them as done or not done. That's the whole point of this application. And then there's also a small leaderboard. As you can see, this is my local environment, which is with some test users, so nothing to worry about. And there's also a small profile section, so where you can add a photo and then see where you're logged in, etc. Exactly. And I want to add a small feature here. So we have our daily goals, which you can track on a daily basis. They will be resetted on a new day. And what I now want to do is to add a weekly goal. So this is like the rule book, and there's like a weekly challenge, which gets you some extra points. And I will like do it the most basic way I can think of. And for the start, I thought like there are a couple of options I could do here. Some 2 tabs, for example, the daily goals, weekly goals, and then do similar layout. And then for the dashboard, I could do something really fancy, but maybe that's something for later. And just for this stream, I thought I'm going to do it the most basic way, and then to show some Laravel stuff, and actually also to show you Ray. What is Ray? This is Ray. It's a new kind of a debugging tool from Sparky. It's a small to medium sized company from Belgium. They do a lot of open source programming in PHP, and also a lot of in the Laravel community. And this tool just came out yesterday, and what it basically does, you can send messages to it, or like debugging statements. If you don't want to use Xdebug, this could be an alternative. So I'm going to try it out a bit, to play around a bit today. For the code, it's not going to be everywhere the best practice code, so don't judge me for that. It's a small, really basic application for the box, and I guess after the challenge, when it's done, it will be like not deleted, but I guess the challenge is off, and then I maybe can use some of the code later on. Okay, then I would say let's get started. So as I said, I want to add a new section here down, and then just make it visually different from the above, so it's clear that's a new section. Maybe use a different background color, I'm not sure, or maybe just add it like this. So let's start with that one. That's pretty basic. So this is basic Laravel application. If you don't know, you can look it up. I'm not going to explain everything here. If you have questions, of course, just ask. And I use for this one Inertia, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, sorry for that. And how does that work is like you have your default backend, where I also have like some of my controllers, For example, the sugar point, and these are exactly just playing around a bit. We'll delete this for now. Or just, yeah. Yeah, so basic Laravel application, and what Inertia does is like you are using Vue, and Inertia is some kind of how would I say, like middleware. How is, like, you still use your server side, like the way you used to be, and then you can, like, as it says here, build SPAs without the whole routing part or whatsoever, which you normally have to on the client side. So Inertia takes care of that, and also like some stuff under the hood. For example, like sending data, forcing back, etc. Maybe you notice it, like if I click this box, I get 3 points, and then these statistics will like immediately, or basically immediately update without doing a whole page refresh. So that's Inertia under the hood, which does work with like partial requests. So it sends an Ajax request here, and then I am getting a new payload for this stuff and also for this stuff. So you can control which part of the site should be updated and which part not. For example, the whole navigation etc. stays the same, but this data here and this data here, basically all the way down, will be updated after my request. Okay, that's just some basics. And yeah, so for the layouts or for the pages, there's the dashboard, where you can see these are the point cards. I just made some simple components out of it, and as you can see, here is a part where the daily goals are. We'll just copy this, put it down here, call this weekly challenges. And what I'm going to use there is also like a really similar layout, or basically the same. Of course, not going to use the same here. So the first weekly challenge is like to eat 30 different types of vegetables and fruits. So I will create a new component there, has the user, which holds data if the points have been earned or not. And there's nothing more to this file actually. I'm just going to use the same so we can see how it looks. Oh yeah, let me start maybe. I have to start of course. Oh, not this one. A watcher. So because I'm working with Vue, I of course have to compile the stuff again. That's why I'm starting watcher in the background, which will just build my Vue components as needed. Yeah. Meanwhile, let me go here. I created like a subfolder for all the different cards or the different points you can earn, which I created cards for them. Let's create a new one, call this the weekly it was about fruits, and yeah, just call it weekly fruit. Yeah, so it's compiled now, and then if I reload this, should be able to see it. Yeah, so this is a new part. I just copy pasted from the site before. It's done. We'll update this then, of course, with this new weekly food component. Maybe I will just like copy paste one of those. This is like, it's really basic, so don't worry about too much. There are some stuff in it. You don't have to take like which are nice. For example, using templates, because I'm using parent component, which has a like the basic structure of this one, and then I can just add or like fill in the parts I need. So the weekly challenges gets us 10 points. That's first of all. This is the also like pretty basic coding. Okay. So this is the action which should be, or like the function which should be called after the form is submitted. This is here, as you can see, methods, update archive, and then I'm just posting the form data to the backend basically. This is a really nice helper from the Laravel ecosystem in combination with Inertia, where you can basically access your routes, which are defined here the way you used to be, like if you access a route in Laravel, you can use the route function and then use the dot notation or like the name, which is really handy, and then you can use this also on in the view files. So this is exposed globally, and then you can just use this like that. So I'm just reading this to update weekly food point, and did you eat different types of food / vegetables this week? Yeah, so this is where the user points, yeah, we have to extend this, but basically this is the name of the property we're going to use. I will also, like, I'm really lazy, just call this weekly food, and now the form is basically ready. So all the other stuff is the same. We have to extend the user model. We will do that in a second. What I mean by that is, can I show you really quickly. If we go here, yeah, and then if you open up view dev tools, I hope you can see this. I can make it a bit bigger, I guess. Yeah, as you can see, we do have, like, here's the whole layout stuff and everything. Let's get off the console. And as you can see, we do have a user object. Don't worry about the other stuff. And there are some stuff, like some data I'm sending to the front end, and that can actually control it. Not here. It wasn't. Let me just think about it. It wasn't here. So what basically happens. Hi, John Savannah. Just reading your message. Technical college, but I kept on FS Studio related music. Wow, I guess that question is a bit above my head. I would say go with your guts and what you're more passionate about. Maybe. Where are you from? So back to the code, I want to show you where you can, forgot where it was, just let me think about. So what Inertia does is every request, it sends a user object with a payload, and you can modify that payload actually. And I already did that by adding these points. I'm just looking where that was, and I totally forgot it. But let me just search for it. Points. Guess if I search here, should find it. Yeah, here. Pretty basic actually. So you're just overriding the toArray method, and then you can extend this. And then you will see if you switch back, we do have a points and point stats, which is exactly these two. And you can of course modify it as needed. You could also like return an empty array. I'm merging with the parent array. Yeah. So let us extend this one with the weekly food. Let's add 0 for now, because I have to see if this same, like if this help method works also for this one. But I guess so, not sure. Okay, so then I think the component should be already ready. Let me switch this. Not sure my emoji keyboard doesn't show anymore on my Mac. Not sure why. Maybe I should restart. But then let's search for vegetables. Or carrots. Yeah, let's use a carrot. Okay, and now weekly food, and then we can use this actually here instead of the week. So user is passed in. It's important. It's imported. So this is just an alias helper, and this is just strongly placed. Yeah, this is. I have to check out. Cool. But then in the background, the app was redeployed, and we should now have the new components here already. Yeah. As you can see, we're going to use a different vegetable, but yeah, that's a thing for later. And of course, at the moment, nothing will happen because I guess actually in the background there should be an error. Let me check that, because there's no route for that yet. It's yeah. But that's okay, that's expected. And then let's go here, create a new route, also really like pretty much the same, and then call this weekly food. And create a controller for that. Update weekly food point. Also here, then just to make sure if it's the same route, so no typo. There is, yeah. Nice. Okay, then we do have now the route available, but of course the controller is missing. Yeah, also again. Of course, you could do this also like via artisan controls and stuff like that. Again, I will just copy paste here some parts, and I'm using it's called like a controller with single actions, and then I can use the invoke method in Laravel, which is really nice. Or at least I want to use it this time, and then you can like just normally what you do is like you add the route name, which is or like the route path actually, and then define which controller and then which action it should go to, or like the callback. Here we just name the controller and then the magic function invoke here comes into place, which then is triggered automatically. Yeah, so we do have some basic stuff here going on. What we want to do here is like to check the request if the wanted if this is available. So and then just see if the points are around or not. What does it mean? So like we check if the input is there, which will be like true or false, and then we see if you get the points for that actually or not. And the title here, which is used in database just for distinguishing, because the model is the same for all the points, just the amount of the points you get is different, like here. Again, it's like a much nicer way to do this. Maybe in future streams I cover that, doing some refactoring, and I will just call this weekly food, so that I can differentiate between the points. Yeah, and this one will get you 10 points actually, not 3. Yeah, so we see if the checkbox data is here. If it's checked basically, then you get the 10 points, otherwise you get 0. Yeah, and then we just redirect back to the dashboard. This is one of the specialties then where the data is sent back and then only the parts of the site are updated which are affected basically. Yeah, this is just to see if the point already exists in the database. Yeah, this should actually work. So the idea behind this small helper function is that because it's on a daily basis, of course I can't earn like the same, for example for the sugar points, I can't earn it multiple times a day. So I only have one entry per day, and this small helper function exactly does that. The weekly food is available, and I have to change this a bit because this is for today and this is like in general, or at least for this week, but it should be in general, because it will be there only once, I guess, and I will modify this slightly. Maybe let's do it right away. Let's go to the user one. This actually where I check if, yeah, this is exactly where the title comes in place, where I check if the point is available or like exists for today. This is the helper function for today, and formatting it to the right date format. And if it's there, then I already have it, and I return the same model, otherwise I create a new entry basically. I will just modify this and see if, yeah, we can do like a small second helper function. We can just call it get weekly point. So again, pretty basic, almost the same. I guess there could be some refactoring here. So it's the same. What we do is check for this user if the weekly point is available at all. So we don't care about the date when it was created. So that's a big difference, and then we can just use this get weekly point helper method here, and yeah, that's basically it. Cool. So we created a component, we added it to the dashboard, created a controller, we added the route checks back comes in here, and maybe let's play around here with Ray now. Let's see what the validated inputs are and the points earned, and then maybe also the point at the end to see what's going on here. Yeah, so then let me open up Ray here, so can I clear this somehow? So it's pretty new to me, using it the second time actually. Okay, I could move blank screen, but oh, nice. Okay. Window. Edit. Just to see if I can. Okay, yeah, I will check that later, I guess. Oopsie, sorry for that. Yeah. Now it's here. So let's do a request actually. Now I just reload the page, and then because the route is available now, email route actually. Okay, just update the pointers and found. I guess I forgot to import actually the controller, and always when you copy paste update weekly feed, don't forget to also rename that stuff. So import this, now it's here, and then use the backend, and it should be gone. Yeah, and now as you can see, nice. Oh, that's a nice feature for me. So it just how you say, moved me directly to Ray for the output. I guess it can be disabled. Yep. And we can also see the error logs here actually because of the route. Nice. And let me see. So we rate validated inputs, the points earned, and what I want to actually see the point model to see that. So let's do this again. Nice, seems to work. Yeah, so this is the validated inputs. So I only care about the weekly food. The value is true. This is just getting the data from this array to see if it's true or false. And here I build up the model, and as you can see, I am getting the eloquent model here. Nice. Seems to work. Cool. Then I guess it was already actually this. The weekly challenges, and I think that was it. That was it. Maybe I can live deploy it with you guys. Of course, I will normally also like write tests for this kind of stuff, so that I don't break anything by adding new features or so. Just thinking if I forgot something, maybe rename this just do this. Use a different emoji, so I know it's what food and drink. Maybe use the avocado. Why not? So I just want to distinguish or like differentiate between the two points, like this one and here, because there's a daily goal there. And then no, it's I think also visually clear, which is kind of nice, I guess. Okay, let me think if we like count everything. So the component, we can add the points. It will be disabled by me manually. Normally we do that maybe like programmatically by checking the date or the week, whatever. But because it's just like a temporary application, I will do like on Monday or so, or Sunday night, or Monday basically. I will disable the input box, gray it out, so it's not clickable anymore, and then add a new one for the next weekly challenge. Yeah, cool. Then I guess, just thinking if I forgot something. I guess not. Then let me check this in. Yeah, so I modified a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the composer, because I added the Ray package. I have to remove one thing, the public manifest JSON. Just because that's like created with every yarn dev build or like the watch task, and otherwise it messes up my whole Git repo with like modified, not modified. So what will happen now, I will check this in, commit my code to GitHub, and then it will trigger my CI/CD pipeline, which then automatically deploys, and then we can check it out actually. So let me add this all first. Yeah, I try to do it like systematically, even if I'm coding for myself. Feature, let's say points feature, and add weekly root. Should be good. Then you can push this to the developer branch, and then just create a new version, and then so this is 2.2. Then let's git yeah, so it's a new feature, but no breaking changes. So let's call this 2.1.0. I don't have any special things, just this readme file, so I can update this and then actually trigger the, how do you call it, or like tag the version. Normally, like in live projects, what I have is like updating a readme file, updating the changelog, is the version, and maybe some release notes, what you have to do in your application afterwards, or after getting the release, etc. This is the basic. Yeah, release information, and then we just finish this release. This is just a feature release. see. I messed it up, I guess. Okay, I messed something up. Let's see if there is in here. Yeah. Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm using the American layout keyboard, and sometimes I like just mistype because I'm used to the German layout, but it's way more comfortable to program with the VueJS layout. But now it seems to work. I guess I just did something wrong there. Let's see if the deployment was triggered. I'm using CI/CD service there. There are a couple of available, so it's this one. Check my application. Let's check if the hook was triggered. Today is the 8th. Yeah, so it's already triggered with the version 2.01. Let's go to the real website. As you can see, the service is unavailable because it's deploying at the moment. Let me wait a couple of seconds and it should be back available, and then the new component should be available. But then that would be it actually. So around 40 minutes, and then adding a small new feature to track weekly points, which is nice. And then I will continue that one. Cool. And then I will also add like another feature, which is like kind of an ongoing, where we can get additional points again. The idea is like if you don't eat sugar for 5 days in a row, you get extra points, namely 15. So what we do have to do there is like, for the day we are entering it, check if it's the 5th day in a row, if you have to get additional 5 points, and then it will be resetted, so a new 5 days in a row will start then. Yeah, and that's going to be a next thing. So it's not too complicated, just only the part where you have to check for the 5 days. That's going maybe a bit tricky to do the right query to the database, but after that should be okay. Cool, so now it's available here. Yes. Did I forget to check in the new component? That would be good. So let me check. Maybe I just forgot to add it, or it's just a cache, which can of course happen. That's weird. Let me check that for a sec. Okay, I guess I just did something wrong there. Let me check the main branch. The control is here. The dashboard is here. There's a weekly food. Should be fine. I guess the code. Just make sure to check my GitHub for a sec. Yep. So resources. Ah. Yeah, sorry. If it is there, dashboard, so is it there? Cool, then let me check my script. Maybe I forgot to. Yeah, so it's actually running. That's weird. So this apparently can also happen. So everything is cleared. It's really good. Just noise me a bit. Let me do something I wouldn't normally. So I'm logging into my server. Okay, do this first and then just run. Check this. So what I'm just doing is like running this basically manually. Yeah. Don't do that normally. So it's not a new release, I guess that's the reason. So it wasn't deployed then. Okay. There wasn't any errors. Was there? Let me check. Tag is also here. Main. I guess. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Okay, figure this out. Maybe I have to release it again. Seems like that. Yeah, it's not the new version, which is of course fine. So, like, you just trigger it again. Like, last manually actually. Yeah. And hopefully this time. Yeah, so it's deploying, that's good. So it's a bit weird, but I guess it should work out this time. Just takes a couple of seconds actually. So this is webhook history. This is if I check in into GitHub, it will trigger this deployment. Okay, now I have an error, but at least it means that it was super. I will do quick debugging, so to see what the error is, I have to go into the environment files, etc. to maybe activate debugging quickly. So I don't want to exploit that, but maybe I can actually still do it. Just take this away here. I will put it to my second screen. Or actually not this one, this one. What I want on my second screen is actually the terminal. Okay, let me do this quickly. Let's check. I probably just forgot something. Okay. Okay. So I will fix this. So I guess either the file is missing. Let me check. We can show the console again. I guess I know where the error lies. Yeah. So basically, because it was created by the server itself as a root user, because I run it as my root user, now it's of course not available for the application. Now what I'm going to do is changing the owner to run cloud, also the group for the mix manifest JSON, and then I guess this should be done now. Yeah. And I hope maybe it's just a caching issue, I'm not sure. I will check this again. Just a bit annoying, but what do we do sometimes? So new part should be here already. Huh. That's weird. I'm thinking what it could be, but yeah, never mind, but thank you for watching. That was basically it. So the code is deployed. Let me check. No, it's still not here. Okay. So I guess I just messed up something while doing the tag. So I will do 211 tag, so everything is deployed again from scratch, and then hopefully it should work. But yeah, thanks again for watching the stream, and hope you saw something which was interesting to you, and I will do some more in the future. Thanks, and have a nice weekend. Bye. See you next one.